Southeast Asia is home to a diversity of cultures. Aside from the most widely known cultural practices of ASEAN countries, a significant part of the region's cultural heritage is due to the various indigenous groups that inhabit Southeast Asia. Most of these peoples are the same Austronesian groups that first migrated to the region and have been resistant to change brought by urbanization. One of the most interesting characteristics of indigenous life in Southeast Asia is religion. Being very different from the more commonly practiced religions in the region, indigenous religions in ASEAN are both distinct and share a number of interesting similarities. Let us therefore look further into the indigenous religions in ASEAN. One commonality found among many indigenous religions is shamanism. What is shamanism? Shamanism is a religion based on the belief that the world is pervaded by good and evil spirits who can be influenced or controlled only by the shaman. A shaman is a person who acts as an intermediary between the natural and supernatural worlds, using magic to cure illness, foretell the future, control spiritual forces, and so on. We must not, however, use this definition to generalize all forms of shamanism among indigenous Southeast Asian religions. In the Philippines, the shaman was known as the babaylan. In Indonesia, she was called the dukun or the sibaso for the Batak tribe. The Dayaks of Kalimantan called the local shaman the boret. In Malaysia, a shaman may have been called pawang, dukun, or bomo. How does one become a shaman? For the Batak tribe, the sibaso receives the call directly from the spirits. For certain Dayak tribes, applicants must receive blessings from local gods, abstain from eating certain meats, and meditate at a sacred place to accumulate magical power. The next aspect of indigenous ASEAN religions that we will be looking into are common rituals. This section will focus on the similar religious practices shared by indigenous groups in Southeast Asia, as well as what makes each ritual distinct. From traditional wedding dances, spirit dances, dances for good fortune, or dances of worship, the indigenous groups of ASEAN have been using dance as a means to project their beliefs. Let us examine a few of these dances and their significance to indigenous religion in Southeast Asia. discuss the offerings and feasts among indigenous Southeast Asian peoples. This section reveals the similarities of the indigenous offering rituals among a variety of ethnic groups.
That's the original one?
Auto dance. That's the original. Manangsot niya.
The ritual offerings of the Iban tribe are rather complex in how they have several deities to whom they pray and present their offerings. Each deity has a specific role. Here are a few examples.
Semuanya sakit perut semua. Ada dokter-dokter tu. Nggak bisa bertanggung jawab kalau kita enggak.
Tandang kanawa sumay nuwag, galido